Welcome, and this is the Vehicle Extravaganza channel. And you guys know how we used to do back in the day, with my back against the wall. So anyway, the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I actually lost the file of where I stand next to the car and I introduce it to you with the car next to me to my left. But anyway, I'm going to introduce it to you this way. So today we're going to be talking about the Ferrari 488. The 488 GTB is a successor to the very famous Ferrari 458 Italia. And it came out for the 2010-2011 model almost a decade ago. It's hard to believe. Like I was 6-7 years old when this car came out. And this car is a very beautiful car, a very well spec car, and you're going to enjoy this video real soon. So since I've done this already, I hope you enjoy this video of me actually reviewing the normal car. Enjoy. As you can see, it's a really low car and I had to really squat down. So as you get inside here, it's actually pretty roomy if you're not really a huge person like other people. So let's start off with the steering wheel. As you can see here, it's leather. It has leather stitching. It has actually red leather stitching, which is actually an option that I can't really name right now. But we also have carbon fiber on the top and the flat bottom. And the interesting thing about here is the shift lights. So whenever you want to go for an upshift, it'll actually light up, and here you can see it'll actually light up from like red until like blue until you have to shift again. And so as you look inside the gauge cluster, we have the display for Ferrari right there and the name for the 488 GTB. Now the thing with the name 488, the 488 stands for 4.8 liter turbocharged V8. And the GTB stands for Grand Touring Berlinetta. And so when you look right here to your extreme right, you'll see your options, your main. This is mainly for the center display. And if you, it feels metallic. It feels metallic, doesn't feel plasticky. And so when you look down here, these are actually the lights. So like you have your parking lights, you have your autos, and then you have your other things there. And if you look right down here, you have your electronic parking brake. And then yes, it actually does have the auto park feature right there. And if you look onto the steering wheel, most cars with their gadgets actually have them on the outside of the steering wheel, but with Ferrari, since it's like a racing division, most of your things are on the steering wheel. So you have your signals, you have wiper control right here, and then you have your different modes for how you want the car to be. So you have wet, you have sport, you have race, you have CT off, you have ESE off, you have your suspension if you want it to be hard or not. And then right here, as Ferraris of the past have been, you have your engine start stop button. And if you look right there, the thing about this car is that it has an analog gauge cluster, but then also a digital. And mostly Ferraris from today have gone fully digital, as most luxury cars have gone. And the nice thing about this place right here is you have your hazard lights right there, and interestingly you have your launch control. So what launch control is, you basically step on the brake and you floor the throttle for a bit. It'll tell you when you can release the brake, and then you just shoot off. And when you look right here, is you have your climate controls. It is auto zone, so that's the benefit there. So one of the interesting thing with Ferraris and their gearboxes, most Ferraris actually don't come with a knob like in other cars where you just pull or like a manual shifting. The interesting thing with this car is it's a dual clutch transmission, so it has two clutches. It's an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. So how you actually activate first gear is you actually have to pull the right paddle shifter, which is up, to make it into first. And to press it into reverse, you actually have to press the button right down here to make it reverse. Go and you have to press 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8. And then for down, you have to go down. It's a really quick shifting transmission, and it'll actually be a long-lasting transmission. And the interesting thing is, in a car that's mainly this expensive, I would be surprised it doesn't actually have an armrest. Many other cars have armrests. Where's the armrest in this one? I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable in this. There's nothing to just rest my arm on. If I'm going on a long drive, where am I going to rest my arm? I can't rest my arm on this charge port right here, even though it has a good enough charge port. A charge port, yeah. And when you look at the seats right here, it's very comfortable. I can sit here and have a long, cozy, long drive. It's stitched in red actually, and if you look here, it's embroidered with the Ferrari logo up there. And when you feel up here, it's not really Alcantara, but it's a interesting material that they use. It's not even leather or anything. It's just an interesting material. So when you look at the side profiling in this car, it actually has an interesting profile. It's very uncut from this side, and when you look at the door handles, it's actually half. So like when you open, you have to press like that. And when you get back here, it has an intake where air flows into the engine at the back. It's an actual mid-engine car. So when it's pushed in here and it's brought right back to the engine. So the thing with the engine is it's actually a 4.8 liter turbocharged 8-cylinder V8 actually. It produces around 492 kilowatts of power, which is right around 480 horsepower. 0 to 60 times in 3 seconds dead. 3 seconds. That's Pagani wire rail levels of speed. And the one thing is, when you look at these tires, it's not. I can't say I don't love them, but I don't hate them also. I just wish like they had more spokes and it was basically colored in like maybe Nardo gray. Then I would really love it. And if you look at these brake calipers, it's really huge. These brake calipers could be as large as maybe my dad's Lexus's wheel. And this tire, Pilot Super Sport Cut 2 tires, it's not that sticky, but it will actually get you going anywhere you want to. The thing is with this car is it's a rear mid-engine car for better 50-50 weight distribution. And the other interesting thing is it's a rear-wheel drive car, so most of the power, the 480 horsepower, goes to the rear wheels. So it's not really Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive, but it'll be good enough for you maybe to get off the line. Although it wouldn't be as spectacular as Audi's beautiful Quattro system. And so today we talked about the Ferrari 488 GTB. It's an interesting car. It's a beautifully spec car. It's a really old car, I can say that. It's almost, it came out for the 2016 model year, so that's almost 5 years ago. So thank you for watching the Vehicle Extravaganza channel, and we'll check you out next week.
Audio Jungle.